solving second order differential equations with the constant coefficients. So this is the topic, and related to that, we have to start with an example. The example is solving d square y by dx square plus 4y is equal to x sine of 2x. Now this differential equation is a second order because contains a second order derivative term, and its coefficients are 1 and 4. That is why it is a differential equation with the constant coefficients. First of all, you will write down the symbolic form of this equation. That will be d square plus 4 into y is equal to x sine of 2x. Now we can have the auxiliary equation by putting d square plus 4 is equal to 0, and you will be able to get the roots of this equation now, and the roots are imaginary roots. From the roots, you will be able to write down the complementary function, that is e raised to power 0x c1 cos of 2x plus c2 sine of 2x. Now this is the complementary function we have. After complementary function, we need to find out the particular integral, that will be 1 over f of d into x. This is your value of capital X. So 1 over d square plus 4 into x sine of 2x. Now we have to see the function x. The function x involves a polynomial term x and a trigonometric term sine 2x. There is an easier method for finding out the particular integral of this term. You will have to do like this. That will be the imaginary part of 1 upon d square plus 4 into x e raised to power 2 iota x. Now, the trigonometric term sine 2x can be written in exponential form because we know that e raised to power iota x is equal to cos x plus iota sine x. This is actually Euler identity. Euler identity, and this identity have been used here for writing the trigonometric term sine in terms of exponential. So we have used the exponential term here. Now there is the formula for find out the particular integral. This is the formula which we have used in the previous class also. So imaginary part of, because why we have written imaginary part? Because this exponential term has imaginary part sine of x, and e raised to power 2 iota x. E raised to power 2 iota x will be cos 2x plus iota sine 2x, and its imaginary part is clearly sine 2x. That is why this has been written. So imaginary part of, now apply the exponential term here. There is the technique for applying exponential term. You will put in place of d as d plus a. And what is a? A is the coefficient of x. The coefficient of x is 2 iota. So d plus 2 iota has been used in place of d plus 4 into x. This is the technique for finding out the particular integral. So solving a little, this comes out to be d square plus 4 iota and minus 4, and this is a plus 4 into x is 0 into x. So 4 can be cancelled here, and you see that there is the polynomial term, and if we have a polynomial term, then we need to apply binomial theorem here. So for applying the binomial theorem, you need to take 4 iota d common. So you take 4 iota d common. Inside you will have 1 plus d square upon 4 iota d into x. आप बाइनोमियल थ्योरम तभी लगाएंगे जब अगर आपके पास पॉलिनोमियल टर्म बचा है. So this is a polynomial term of degree 1 because its power is 1. So imaginary part of e raised to power 2 iota x into 1 upon 4 iota d, and this term can be written 1 plus d square over 4 iota d whole inverse into x. Now further, that will be the imaginary part of e raised to power 2 iota x upon 4 iota d. Now apply binomial theorem here. 1 minus d square upon 4 iota d. You can simplify a little. Now you see 1d can be cancelled with the 1d. So now you can apply the binomial. So 1 minus d upon 4 iota, and the next term will be minus 1 minus 1 minus 1 upon 2 factorial into d over 4 iota square plus so on. And outside there is x. Now you know that this has been told to you in the previous class that if we have d in the numerator, then that will operate as a differential or derivative of this polynomial term. और अगर यही d denominator में होता तो फिर इसका इंटीग्रेट करना. Now x into 1 is x. Now d of x mean derivative of x, that is 1 upon 4 iota, and the next term is that is 2. There is 2 and 2 can be cancelled with the 2 factorial, and there is 16 iota square into d square. D square mean double order derivative of x. Double order derivative of x will be 0. And so on. अगर यहाँ पर d square आया तो next term will be d cube, and then triple order derivative of x will also be 0. So this will be the term we have. Now that is the imaginary part of e raised to power 2 iota x upon 4d 4 iota d into x minus 1 over 4 iota. Now here you see imaginary part of e raised to power 2 iota x over 4 iota. Now here is 1 over d. So 1 over d mean integral of x minus 1 over 4 iota with respect to x. So d is in the denominator, that is why we are taking the integration. E raised to power 2 iota x over 4 iota. Integration of x will be x square over 2, and that will be x over 4 iota. Now open the imaginary part. The imaginary part of open e raised to power 2 iota x, that will be cos 2x plus iota sine 2x, and over there is 4, and you will have x square by 2 as it is minus x over 4 iota. This is the iota also. So ये जो x over 4 iota है, इस iota को ऊपर नीचे रेशनलाइज कर देंगे. तो ये आपके पास बन जाता है इमेजिनरी पार्ट ऑफ cos 2x plus theta sin 2x over 4 iota. Now this iota can also be used for rationalization, and this is x square over 2. Now iota and iota is minus 1, so minus minus will be plus. So x iota upon 4 will be there. Now here you will have imaginary part of iota. Iota will be minus, and that will be iota cos of 2x plus iota sine of 2x over 4. And here we have x square over 2 plus x iota over 4. Now you will have imaginary part of, multiply this minus iota inside, so you will have minus iota cos 2x, and iota will be minus 1, so minus and minus will be plus again, sine 2x upon 4, and here we have x square over 2 plus x iota over 4. Now imaginary part of, multiply these two bracket terms with each other. So you will have minus iota cos 2x will be multiplied here. So minus iota x square cos 2x over 2, and the same term will be multiplied here. So minus and iota will be minus, minus minus plus. So x cos 2x over 4, multiply sine 2x here, so x square over 2 into sine 2x, multiply the same term with x iota, so x iota sine 2x over 4. Now what we have to find out? We have to find out the imaginary part of this term. So imaginary part mean the term which involves iota. So coefficient of iota will have to equate here. So minus x square cos of 2x over 2, and here you will have iota. So that will be x sine of 2x over 4. So this is your particular integral of the question. अगर यहाँ पर ऊपर ही बिकॉज जो स्टार्ट ऑफ द क्वेश्चन था उसके राइट हैंड साइड पर साइन 2x दिया था, here we have x sin 2x, और एक्सपोनेंशियल फंक्शन का जो इमेजिनरी पार्ट होता है वो साइन होता है, so that is why we have written ip. And if the question comes for x cos 2x, suppose in place of x sin 2x we have x cos 2x, then the same solution we have to do, and in that case we have to write on real part. So real part of, and you will have to take the real values here without iota term. So this will be without iota and this will be without iota. तो ये चेंज आप जो मन में रखिएगा. Imaginary part mean coefficient of iota, real part mean without iota term. Now you can write down the complete solution, and the complete solution is y is equal to cf plus pi. So complementary function plus a particular integral is the complete solution. So that will be c1 cos of 2x plus c2 sine of 2x, and that will be minus x square over 8 cos of 2x, and that will be x over 16 sine of 2x. Now this is the solution of the given differential equation. So remember, this is the way for finding out the solution of a given differential equation of second order, and the coefficients are constant coefficients. We have another example of a differential equation. Solve d square plus 2d plus 2 into y is equal to e raised to power minus of x into secant x. Now, the question is already in term of d operator, and d is the differential operator ddx. So you can write down the auxiliary equation here. The auxiliary equation will be d square plus 2d plus 2 is equal to 0, and you will be able to find out the values of d by discriminant method, and that come out to be like this. So that will be minus 2 plus minus 2 iota upon 2, and that will be minus 1 plus minus iota. Again, the roots are imaginary roots. So you can write down the complementary function, that is e raised to power real part. Real part is minus 1 into x. So C1 cos of imaginary part, that is 1 x plus C2 sine of x. So this is the complementary function, and now you can find out the particular integral. And for particular integral, that will be 1 over d square plus 2d plus 2 e raised to power minus of x into secant x. So this is a capital X here, and we know that the rule of operating exponential, as we have used in the previous question. So exponential आगे आ जाएगा. So e raised to power minus x can be written here, और in place of d की जगह पर आपने put करना है d plus a. So what is a? The coefficient of x here. Coefficient of x is minus 1. So d की जगह पर put d minus 1. So after putting, you will have this term. So open the whole square in the denominator, that come out to be d square minus 2d plus 2d will be cancelled, and plus 1 and plus 2 plus 3 minus 1. So plus 1 will be left. So that will be d square plus 1 into secant of x. And we know that we can factorize this denominator term, that will be d minus iota and d plus iota. These are the factors of this denominator term. You can easily make the factors by using the formula a minus b, a plus b. Now, after applying the partial fraction means putting first term equal to 0. So when you put d minus iota equal to 0, you will have d equal to iota, और उसको आपने दूसरी टर्म में यूज करना है. So 1 over d minus iota into iota plus iota, and plus putting d plus iota equal to 0, d की वैल्यू आ जाएगी minus iota, and use it in the other term. So minus iota and d plus iota into secant of x. So now you will have e raised to power minus of x over 2 iota inside 1 over d minus iota minus 1 over d plus iota into secant of x. ये term हमारे पास बचता है. Now you can find out the particular integral of part 1 and part 2. So part 1, part 2 is there. Secant x will be taken here. So for part 1, we will have particular integral 1 over d minus iota into secant x. Now we can apply the rule. The rule is 1 over d minus a into x. You will have e raised to power ax integral e raised to power minus ax into x dx. This is the rule we can apply. So in place of a, we have iota, and in place of x is a function of x, that is secant x. So apply e raised to power iota x integral e raised to power minus iota x into secant x dx, and e raised to power iota x, e raised to power minus iota x is Euler identity again, cos of x minus iota sine of x, and secant is 1 over cos of x dx. This is Euler formula or Euler identity, that is e raised to power iota theta is cos theta plus iota sin theta, और अगर यहाँ माइनस हो तो यहाँ माइनस आ जाता है. So e raised to power iota x, cos upon cos is 1 minus iota into tangent x dx. Now you can integrate it, and after integration you will have e raised to power iota x, and the integration of 1 is x minus integration of a tangent is log of iota is there, log of cos x, and over minus 1, because a negative sign we require. So minus minus will be plus in the next step. E raised to power iota x into x plus iota log of cos of x. So this is the particular integral of number 1. And for number 2, what we have? 1 over d plus iota into secant of x. And, similarly, you will be able to find out the particular integral of number 2. Just see, minus iota की जगह पर plus iota है. So changing iota to minus iota, you will have iota की जगह पर minus iota x, x minus iota log of x. So similar way में we can write down the particular integral. So the complete particular integral is e raised to power minus x over 2 iota, and inside e raised to power iota x, x plus iota log of cos of x here. यहाँ भी हमारे पास log of cos of x होना चाहिए. Change here. Cos of x, and plus e raised to power minus iota x, x minus iota log of cos of x. So e raised to power minus x over 2 iota, and we will have x can be taken common, and inside it sorry, यहाँ पर here we have negative sign. So if we have a negative sign here, you will have to use a negative term in place of plus sign. So use a negative sign here. So negative e raised to power minus iota x. So x common, e raised to power iota x minus e raised to power minus iota x. And further we will have plus iota log of cos of x is common. Inside we will have e raised to power iota x plus e raised to power minus iota x. And close the bracket. Now we can use the formulas. The formulas are, the formula for sine of x is e raised to power iota x minus e raised to power minus iota x over 2 iota. These are the formulas in term of complex. In complex terms, we have the trigonometric formulas of sine and cosine. So cos of x is e raised to power iota x plus e raised to power minus iota x over 2. So these are the two formulas which can be used here So e raised to power minus x over 2 iota. In place of this term, we can use this. So this is the numerator term. So 2, this numerator term will be equal to 2 iota into sine x. So x 2 iota into sine of x. And similarly, we can use the second formula here. And the numerator term is equal to 2 cos of x. So this is 2 can be taken common and cancelled here. Iota can be taken common and cancelled with this. So you will have e raised to power minus of x, x sine of x plus cos of x log cos of x. So this is the particular integral we have. And you know that the complete solution is y is equal to complementary function plus particular integral. And your complementary function was e raised to power minus x c1 cos of x plus c2 sine of x plus e raised to power minus x x sine x plus cos of x log cos of x. And this is the required solution. In the next step, you can take e raised to power minus x common also. So c1 cos of x plus c2 sine of x plus x sine x cos of x log cos of x. So this is the complete solution of given differential equation with the constant coefficients. So by this way, we will be able to find out the solution of the differential equation. Now, let us move further and find out the solution of one more important example. And this is a third order differential equation actually. So d cube y by dx cube plus 2 d square y on dx square plus dy by dx, and that is equal to x square e raised to power x plus sine square x. This is the important question, and its solution will be a little tricky. So you must be aware about the steps of doing the solution of this differential equation of third order with the constant coefficients. Just see, just observe the coefficients are here. The coefficient is 1, 2, and 1. First of all, write down the differential equation in symbolic form. So d cube plus 2d square plus d into y is x square e raised to power x plus sine square x. Now we can find out the auxiliary equation, and the auxiliary equation is putting the differential operator term dq plus 2d square plus d is equal to 0, and you will have the roots. The roots are 0 and 1 and 1. Sorry, minus 1 and minus 1. So these will be the roots of this equation. So with the help of these roots, you will be able to write down the complementary function. So that will be c1 e raised to power 0. This is 0 root plus c2 e raised to power minus x plus c3 e raised to power minus x. Now the roots are multiple with the multiplicity 2. So because this gives us the same term, constant e raised to power minus x, constant e raised to power minus x. और जो second multiple root होता है उसमें we need to multiply the term with x. So this is your complementary function. This was discussed in the previous class also. So now you will be you will have to find out the particular integral. So 1 upon d cube plus 2d square plus d, and inside we have x square e raised to power x plus sine square x. Now 1 upon d cube plus 2d square plus d. Now this term can be solved here. So x square e raised to power x plus, use the formula in place of sine square. So cos 2a formula will be used here. And the value of sine square x is equal to 1 minus cos 2x over 2. Now you can separate the particular integral terms. So 1 upon d cube plus 2d square plus d into x square e raised to power x plus the second term is 1 over d cube plus 2d square plus d. This is the constant term 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 can be taken out, and here you can write down the exponential term with the coefficient of x as 0. And in the next term, again minus 1 by 2 is common. So d cube plus 2d square plus d into cos of 2x. Now, the particular integral is the sum of three terms, first term, second term, third term. Now we will find out the particular integral one by one. And this is named as 1, number 2, and number 3. So for the particular integral of number 1, let us do it separately. 1 over d cube plus 2d square plus d into x square e raised to power x. This has been discussed in the previous questions also, that exponential term will come here, and you will put d is equal to d plus a, and a is the coefficient of x. So coefficient of x is 1 here. So you will use d plus 1 in place of d. So 2d plus 1 whole square and plus d plus 1. X square is left here. And after solving a little, you will have, opening the cube formula, that you will have d cube plus 5d square plus 8d plus 4 into x square. Now this is a polynomial term with degree 2. So we know that for the polynomial term, we need to apply the binomial. So for binomial, you have to take 4 common, and inside you will have 1 plus 8d plus 5d square plus d cube upon 4, close the bracket, into x square. Now let us take the term in the numerator, and you will have 1 plus 8d plus 5d square plus d cube upon 4 raised to power minus 1 into x square. Now you can apply the binomial theorem. So applying 1 minus, you can use this formula, 1 plus x raised to power n, and that will be 1 plus nx plus n into n minus 1 over 2 factorial into x square plus so on. So apply the formula, 1 minus 8d plus 5d square plus d cube over 4. And in the next we will have plus minus 1 minus 1 minus 1 over 2 factorial into this term square, and that come out to be 8d plus 5d square plus d cube over 4 whole square, and close the plus so on. So close the square bracket here, and outer term is x square. Now e raised to power x upon 4. Now operate x square inside. So when you operate x square with 1, you will have x square and minus. Now you know that d, if d is in the numerator, then you need to find out the derivative. So all the d's are in the numerator. So you have to find out the derivative. D of x square, derivative of x square is 2x minus minus 5 upon 4, double order derivative because d square is there. Double order derivative of x square is 2, and here that is the d cube. Triple order derivative of x square, that comes out to be 0, so no need to take it. And this is minus 1 upon 4 plus 8. So this will be 16, and 8 is in the numerator. Sorry, 8 square. 8 square is 64, and d square mean double order derivative of x square, that come out to be 2, and d square whole square will be d power 4, and all the terms will involve d cube d4 term, and d cube mean third order derivative भी 0 होगा, fourth order derivative भी 0 होगा. So वहां से हमारे पास कुछ नहीं आएगा, 0 आएगा. So that will be e raised to power x over 4, x square minus 4x, and that is 10 over 4 plus 8. That will be 8 twos are 16. You can cancel here. That is 5 over 2 plus 8. 8 twos are 16 minus 5, that is 11. 11 over 2. So this is the particular integral of a first term. And by the similar procedure as we know, we have discussed earlier, we can find out the particular integral of third term also, and that is 1 by 2 d cube plus 2d square plus d into e raised to power 0x. So when you put the coefficient of x 0 in place of d, you will have 1 over 0. So it is a case of failure. जब भी डिनोमिनेटर में 0 आ जाए तो फेल्यूर का केस है. In that case, what we need to do, 1 by 2 multiply with x and find out the derivative of the denominator term. That is 3d square plus 4d plus 1 into e raised to power 0x. So put 0, you will have x over 2. So this will be the particular integral of a second term, and you can find out the particular integral of third term also. And in the third term, we have minus 1 by 2 d cube plus 2d square plus d into cos of 2x. And if we have a trigonometric term, you know that what we need to do. We need to put d square is equal to negative a square. And what is a? The coefficient of x, that is 2. So you need to put d square is equal to negative 2 square. This is the procedure for sine and cosine term. So minus 1 by 2, that come out to be minus 4d here. and minus 8, because d square will be substituted as minus 4 plus d. And, this is a minus 1 by 2. This come out to be minus 3d minus 8 into cos of 2x. Minus can be taken common, and you will have a 3d plus 8 now, and minus minus will become plus. Now this is a linear factor in d, because we have a trigonometric term cosine. In the case of cosine and sine, we need a quadratic term. So for making it quadratic or a term with degree 2, you need to rationalize it. So you will have a 3d minus 8 in the numerator and 3d minus 8 in the denominator. This is the procedure of a rationalization. So you will have 1 by 2, that is 3d minus 8, and in the denominator a plus b, a minus b, that is 9d square minus 64 into cos of 2x. Again you have a d square, so d square will be substituted as minus 2 square again. So 1 by 2, 3d minus 8 into upon 9 into minus 4 minus 64 into cos of 2x. So that is a 1 by 2. In the denominator we will have 36 and 64. That comes out to be 100. And you multiply it with 100, negative sign, and d is in the numerator. So d of this will derivative of cos 2x minus 8 cos 2x. So d stands for derivative, because we know that the value of d is ddx. So minus 1 upon 200, and that will be the derivative. And the derivative will be minus 6 sine 2x minus 8 cos 2x. So minus term can be adjusted here. Now this is the particular integral for the third term. The total particular integral is the particular integral of term 1 plus term 2 plus term 3. And the particular integral of term 1 is e raised to power x over 2 into x square minus 4x plus 11 over 2. And the particular integral of a second term is x over 2. Particular integral of a third term is plus 2 can be taken common. So that will be 3 sine 2x over 100. And here you will have plus cos of 2x upon 25. So this is the total particular integral of the given differential equation. And now you can write down the complete solution. Complete solution is y, that will be the sum of complementary function and particular integral. And your complementary function was c1 plus c2 plus c3x into e raised to power minus x plus this complete particular integral term. So x square minus 4x plus 11 upon 2 plus x upon 2, and plus 3 sine 2x upon 100 plus cos 2x upon 25. Now this is the required solution of the given differential equation, second order with constant coefficients. So this is all about the solution of differential equations of second order with the constant coefficients. And in tomorrow's class, we shall discuss the solution of second order differential equations with the variable. coefficients. So I stop here. Thank you very much.